where I talk about whatever I want. My name is Chloe. This is the house of Chloe that I built in my parents' backyard. But today we are going to talk about or read Leviticus 1 through 4 because it's our Bible reading for the night. And so let's begin. Leviticus 1. The burnt offering. Now the Lord called to Moses and spoke to him from the tabernacle of meeting, saying, Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when any one of you brings an offering to the Lord, you shall bring your offering of the livestock, of the herd, and of the flock. If this offering is a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it of his own free will at the door of the tabernacle of meeting before the Lord. Then he shall put his hand on the herd of the burnt offering, and it will be accepted on his behalf to make atonement for him. He shall kill the bull before the Lord, and the priest Aaron's sons shall bring the blood of and sprinkle the blood all around on the altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of meeting, and he shall skin the burnt offering and cut it into its pieces. The sons of Aaron the priest shall put fire on the altar and lay the wood in order on the fire. Then the priest Aaron's sons shall lay the parts, the head, and the fat in order on the wood that is on the fire upon the altar, but it shall wash its entrails and its legs with water, and the priest shall burn all on the altar as a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, a sweet aroma to the Lord. If his offering is of the flocks, of the sheep, or of the goats, as a burnt sacrifice, he shall bring a male without blemish. He shall kill it on the north side of the altar before the Lord, and the priest Aaron's sons shall sprinkle its blood all around on the altar, and he shall cut it into its pieces with its head and its fat, and the priest shall lay them in order on the wood that is on the fire upon the altar, but he shall wash the entrails and legs with water. Then the priest shall bring it all and burn it on the altar. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, a sweet aroma to the Lord. Hi, what's up, guys? My hair looks crazy. All right. And if the burnt sacrifice of his offering to the Lord is of birds, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or young pigeons. The priest shall bring it to the altar, wring off its head and turn it on the altar. Its blood shall be drained out at the side of the altar, and he shall remove its crop with its feathers and cast it beside the altar on the east side into the place for ashes. Then he shall split it at its wings, but shall not divide it completely, and the priest shall burn it on the altar on the wood that is on the fire. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, a sweet aroma to the Lord. How are you feeling lately? I've been better and I've been worse. I felt a little wired, I think, this last night and this morning, and then I finally fell asleep. But I'm doing good. I'm okay. Okay, chapter 2, the grain offering When anyone offers a grain offering to the Lord, his offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil on it and put frankincense on it. He shall bring it to Aaron's sons, the priest, one of whom shall take from it his handful of fine flour and oil with all the frankincense, and the priest shall burn it as a memorial on the altar, an offering made by fire, a sweet aroma to the Lord. The rest of the grain offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is most holy of the offerings to the Lord made by fire. And if you bring as an offering a grain offering baked in the oven, it shall be unleavened cakes of fine flour mixed with oil, or unleavened wafers anointed with oil. But if your offering is a grain offering baked in a pan, it shall be of fine flour, unleavened, mixed with oil. You shall break it in pieces and pour oil on it. It is a grain offering. If your offering is a grain offering baked in a covered pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil. You shall bring the grain offering that is made of these things to the Lord. And when it is presented to the priest, he shall bring it to the altar. Then the priest shall take from the grain offering a memorial portion and burn it on the altar. It is an offering made by fire, a sweet aroma to the Lord. And what is left of the grain offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is most holy of the offerings to the Lord made by fire. What time is it where you all are? Here it's 10:14. If you have one last word, what would it be? Jesus. Ahoy, hey Robert. Welcome back, Chloe. We missed you very much. It's wonderful to have you back with us again. We hope you had a pleasant time while you were away. Things just haven't been the same without you. Thank you. I have been here this whole time. That's a good answer, yes. Okay, moving on. No grain offering which you bring to the Lord shall be made with leaven, for you shall burn no leaven nor any honey in any offering to the Lord made by fire. As for the offering of the first fruits, you shall offer them to the Lord, but they shall not be burned on the altar for a sweet aroma. And every offering of your grain offering you shall season with salt. You shall not allow the salt of the covenant of your God to be lacking from your grain offering. With all your offering you shall offer salt. If you offer a grain offering of your first fruits to the Lord, you shall offer for the grain offering of your first fruits green heads of grain roasted on the fire. Grain. What are you doing? You can't have that. That's not yours. Calvin, behave. Behave. Like and subscribe. Okay. Fire grain beaten from full heads, and you shall put oil on it and lay frankincense on it. It is a grain offering. Then the priest shall burn the memorial portion, part of its beaten grain and part of its oil, with all the frankincense, as an offering made by fire to the Lord. Excuse me. Okay, next is chapter 3, the peace offering. When his offering is sacrifice of a peace offering, if he offers it of the herd, whether male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. before the Lord, and he shall lay his hand on the head of his offering and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. And Aaron's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle the blood all around on the altar. Then he shall offer from the sacrifice of the peace offering as an offering made by fire to the Lord, the fat that covers the entrails and all the fat that is on the entrails, the 2 kidneys and the fat that is on them by the flanks, and the fatty lobe attached to the liver above the kidneys. He shall remove, and Aaron's sons shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice which is on the wood that is on the fire as an offering made by fire, a sweet aroma to the Lord. If his offering as a sacrifice of a peace offering to the Lord is of the flock, whether male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. If he offers a lamb as his offering, then he shall offer it before the Lord, and he shall lay his hand on the head of his offering and kill it before the tabernacle of meeting, and Aaron's sons shall sprinkle its blood all around on the altar. Calvin is back there now. What are you doing? Grooming. Then he shall offer from the sacrifice of the peace offering as an offering made by fire to the Lord its fat and the whole fat tail, which he shall remove close to the backbone, and the fat that covers the entrails, and all the fat that is on the entrails, the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them by the flanks, and the fatty lobe attached to the liver above the kidneys he shall remove, and the priest shall burn them on the altar as food, an offering made by fire to the Lord. And if his offering is a goat, then he shall offer it before the Lord. He shall lay his hand on its head and kill it before the tabernacle of meeting. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle its blood all around on the altar. Then he shall offer from it his offering as an offering made by fire to the Lord, the fat that covers the entrails, and all the fats that is on the entrails, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them by the flanks. And a vegetarian would have a hard time with this one, I think. The fatty lobe attached to the liver above the kidneys he shall remove, and the priest shall burn them on the altar as food, an offering made by fire for a sweet aroma. All the fat is the Lord's. This shall be a perpetual statute throughout your generations. In all your dwellings you shall eat neither fat nor blood. Meat, it does a body good. Yeah. Next is chapter 4 of Leviticus. The sin offering. Now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, If a person sins unintentionally against any of the commandments of the Lord in anything which ought not to be done, and does any of them, if the anointed priest sins, bringing guilt on the people, then let him offer to the Lord for his sin, which he has sinned, a young bull without blemish is as a sin offering. He shall bring the bull to the door of the tabernacle. Okay. Of meeting before the Lord, lay his hand on the bull's head and kill the bull before the Lord. Then the anointed priest shall take some of the bull's blood and bring it to the tabernacle of meeting. The priest shall dip his finger in the blood and sprinkle some of the blood 7 times before the Lord in front of the veil of the sanctuary, and the priest shall put some of the blood on the horns of the altar of sweet incense before the Lord, which is in the tabernacle of meeting, and he shall pour the remaining blood of the bull at the base of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. He shall take from it all the fat of the bull as the sin offering, the fat that covers the entrails, and all the fat which is on the entrails, the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them by the liver above, by the flanks, and the fatty lobe attached to the liver above the kidneys. He shall remove, as it was taken from the bull of the sacrifice of the peace offering, and the priest shall burn them on the altar of the burnt offering. But the bull's hide and all its flesh with its head and legs. Ouch, that hurt. I have a hangnail. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Dude, can you even read? No, I cannot. Okay, I don't know how to read. No, I did not. Hi, love your vibes and always be positive. Yes, yes. She has a wagon on her too, Robert. True, but not necessarily necessary to bring up. My nail hurts now. Okay, I don't know where I left off. He shall take all the fat from it and burn it on the altar, and he shall do with the bull as he did with the bull as a sin offering. Thus he shall do with it. So the priest shall make atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them. Then he shall carry the bull outside the camp and burn it as he burned the first bull. It is as a sin offering for the assembly. When a ruler has sinned and done something unintentionally against any of the commandments of the Lord his God in anything which shall not be done, and is guilty, or if his sin which he has committed comes to his knowledge, he shall bring as his offering a kid of the goats, a male without blemish, and he shall lay his hand on the head of the goat and kill it at the place where they kill the burnt offering. I might have read this already before that the Lord, it is a sin offering. The priest shall take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, put it on the horns of the altar of the burnt offering, and pour its blood at the base of the altar of burnt offering, and he shall burn all its fat on the altar like the fat of the sacrifice of the peace offering. So the priest shall make atonement for him concerning his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. If any one of the common people sins unintentionally by doing something against any of the commandments of the Lord, and anything which ought not to be done, and is guilty, or if his sin which he has committed comes to his knowledge, then he shall bring as his offering a kid of the goat, a female without blemish, for his sin which he has committed, And he shall lay his hand on the head of the sin offering and kill the sin of offering at the place of the burnt offering. Then the priest shall take some of its blood with his finger, but put it on the horns of the altar of the burnt offering, and pour all the remaining blood at the base of the altar. He shall remove all its fat, as fat is removed from the sacrifice of the peace offering, and the priest shall burn it on the altar for a sweet aroma to the Lord. So the priest shall make atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. If he brings a lamb as his sin offering, he shall bring a female without blemish. Then he shall lay his hand on the head of the sin offering and kill it as a sin offering at the place where they kill the burnt offering. The priest shall take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, put it on the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and pour all the remaining blood at the base of the altar. He shall remove all its fat, as the fat of the lamb is removed from the sacrifice of the peace offering. Then the priest shall burn it on the altar according to the offering made by fire to the Lord. So the priest shall make atonement for his sin that he has committed, and it shall be forgiven him. We need to have an offering every Sunday, an animal offering every Sunday. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed our reading for the Bible. For today of the Bible, we're going to cross out a day of February, the first day of February. And we will continue our reading tomorrow from chapter 5 through chapter 7 tomorrow. All right, this is the time where I just kind of talk to you guys. Honey and peanut butter sandwich. Yes, I do. Those are good. But yeah, my hair hasn't changed. It's still blonde. Dyed blonde, but my roots are like growing out already. But that's okay. It's cute. I like it still. I really need to cut this now. It's gonna hurt me if I keep pulling at it. Nothing to update you on. Kind of a boring day. Tomorrow, so I told you all one day that I will not be, I don't even know if I told you this, but I won't be going to church. I probably did. I won't be going to church. I did do it. I did a specific stream for it. I won't be going to church for the month of February, not in person or online church. I usually get at least 2 doses of church every Sunday, either watching it online usually, and then an evening service at a church, or if I go to visit my friend's church, which is another religion, then I'll do that, or I'll go to my dad's church and listen to his preaching. So I decided I needed to take a complete and utter break from, and I'll listen to it online. Like, a lot of church has been going through my ears, my eyes, my mind. But for the month of February, I want to just do a fast, a church fast, no church, and just read the Bible every day, and it should be good. but yeah, it is a good, I believe that it will be good for me because I will be able to refocus and like decide from there like where I should actually be going. I will be praying a lot, reading the Bible every day, researching what should happen at church and how it should be conducted and all this stuff. And then just go from there the end of the month. I'm still donating plasma, which is good. I have been getting scarred, but it's okay. It's not bad. Getting little pokes. I mean, they're not so little. They're kind of a big deal, but it's okay. It's okay. Look, I'm fine. But I've been getting money through that, and Uber has been picking up. So Uber's been actually supporting me. My job is actually financially supporting me. So that's good. I'm happy about that. I can stress a little less. Yeah, and I just did like a little adventure yesterday. As you guys could see, my friend Ty was reading the Bible alongside with me, and we finished Exodus, and Leviticus is a lot of burnt offerings, it seems. But I'm excited to go through it, and I'm sure there's going to be stories about different people and things. Yeah, so things are going good. I need to pay for my fast track. I need to renew my license, doing my continuing education units for phlebotomy, so I will be ready to go. I need to do my taxes. I have a lot of stuff. I need to keep building my house, but today has been rainy, so I just stayed home and hung out with my mom, my parent, and my dad, and my animals, dog and my cat. My buddy's outside. Um, but yeah, that's my life in a nutshell. I will leave it up to you to contribute to this conversation. How is your life going? How are you feeling? What's going on? If anyone wants to comment. Rainy here too. Yeah, it's been stormy and rainy everywhere, or lots of places. But yeah, thank you for the 3 people that have stuck with me through this stream or just getting in. Thank you for watching. You're doing me I mean, you guys like to watch me, but you're also doing me a favor and helping me build my channel and to actually be monetized and possibly make this like a career. So you're about to bike across town in the rain. But you all participating in the growth of me as a creator and supporting me, and I want to thank you. What did I eat today? I had cereal, coffee, water, short ribs, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Healthy bowl movement. Yes. Thank you for asking. Yay. But thank you guys for joining, and I will talk to you in the next video tomorrow. Bye.